he's just kind of disappointed on what was happening and what is happening, especially of the fake news. As a president, he said before he doesn't need a spokesperson. Maybe because of disappointments on what is happening, he has to say those words.
Yeah. All right. So let's start first with this. You clapped back at former President Rodrigo Duterte. It's all over the news. But eto tanong ko, isn't this what Duterte wants? Gusto niya patulan siya eh.
Then I will. We will.
Okay. Oh, good. But aren't you
Yeah,
giving...
definitely. As long as it is worth answering that, we will do that. Just
Okay.
avoid, just to, so that the people will know the truth. Because if we will allow President Duterte, former President Duterte to do that, keeps on doing that, he will keep on doing that, maybe the people will believe in him and they may consider that as a truth and we will prevent that.
Kaya sila takot mga kotsero kasi meron ng tao na nasa partido mismo ng administrasyon and being recognized by the administration as a counterweight kay Rodrigo Duterte. Wala nang time si PBBM makipagbardagulan. Wala siyang oras dyan. Wala nang time si ES Bersamin para makipagbardagulan. Wala nang time ang kung sino-sino pang mga leaders para makipagbardagulan. Ang binigyan ng ganong trabaho, makipagbarda laban sa fake news ng mga Duterte ay si Atty. Claire. Si Atty. Claire has been making some waves sa administrasyon ngayon. Yung kanyang appointment bilang undersecretary ng PCO has overshadowed even the appointment of the actual secretary. So, hanggang ngayon pinag-uusapan pa rin siya. And in fact, sa sobrang lakas ng audience impact ng pagkaka-appoint kay Atty. Claire, pati yung mga DDMs kinakabahan. At now, dahil kinakabahan sila, kung ano-anong pinagsasabi nila, tulad nitong nangangarap mag-OnlyFans. Sabi na isang dilawang Duterte supporter, remove her now or face irreparable damage. I mean, ganun. Tapos yung lait-laitin ng presidente ngayon, utusan nyo. Di lalo niya itutuloy yan kasi ayaw nyo eh. Bongbong Marcos should remove Atty. Claire Castro as soon as possible, sabi ASAP daw. She is only adding to the already damaged reputation of his administration. Kaya naman damage. Kayo lang naman nag-iisip na may damage. Pero, according to survey, 36% of Filipinos are pro-administration. So, I don't think that's damage. Sila lang ang maarte. Ito lang mga dilawang Duterte supporters lang ang nag-iinarte. It is important to remember that basing on her previous narrative, she can be considered as a kakampink and she is also a former ABS-CBN employee. Uy, yun na pala ang basihan ngayon ng competence, no? Yung pagiging kakampink mo tsaka dati ka empleyado ng ABS-CBN. Kasi hodang meron kang skills, kasi hodang meron kang galing, kasi hodang meron kang talento, hindi na importante yun. Importante dati kang kakampink tsaka dati ka empleyado ng ABS-CBN. So ngayon, natatakot itong mga DDMs na to. Kasi si Atty. Claire, ibang level siya magsalita. Kahapon ko pa ho sinasabi, si Atty. Claire, kapag siya ay nagbitaw ng salita, gets agad ng masa eh. Madali kasi siyang intindihin. At saka nanggaling siya sa ranggo namin sa social media. Alam niya kung paano tumakbo ang social media. Alam niya kung paano tumakbo ang bardagulan sa social media. Alam niya kung paano mag-messaging para sa social media. Kaya takot sila. Takot itong mga to. Si Atty. Claire, mga kutsero, hindi katulad ni Emerald na hanggang kampanya lang ang alam. Kaya kinakabahan etong mga DDS. Lalo na itong mga dilawang Duterte supporters na vlogger. Bakit? Kasi nga, kasama sa ranggo ng social media. Alam niya kung paano makikipag-usap. Nagkaroon sila ng matinding kalaban na may malaking reach sa Marcos government. Case in point, mga kotsero, napanood ko itong isang interview ni Atty. Claire. Bumira na naman siya sa mga Duterte tungkol sa pagiging diktador. Panoorin natin ito, guys.
Seems the tone of the communications of Malacanang is changing. Palaban sumagot na ang Malacanang.
Ako lang yun. Ako lang yun.
Is that a tone that Malacanang wants you to take?
No. And as a matter of fact, Miss Karen, yesterday was our first day. Supposed to be just an oath taking. Our first day supposed to be March 1. But there were already questions being asked. So I have to answer. So I feel even Malacanang was surprised na ganun yung tone ko.
Okay, and I wanted to ask you, is Malacanang as a whole changing its tone? Because during the campaign trail, you had President Marcos Jr. say things things like yung kandidato ng kabila parang pinabili lang ng suka. You know, it was a tone that it doesn't speak of his personality. Is this the new tone of the president?
We have not talked about that, but maybe it was he's just kind of disappointed on what was happening and what is happening, especially of the fake news. As a president, he said before he doesn't need a spokesperson. Maybe because of disappointments on what is happening, he has to say those words.
Yeah. All right. So let's start first with this. You clapped back at former President Rodrigo Duterte. It's all over the news. But eto tanong ko, isn't this what Duterte wants? Gusto niya patulan siya eh.
Then I will. We will.
Okay. Oh, good. But aren't you
Yeah,
giving...
definitely. As long as it is worth answering back, we will do that. Just
Okay.
avoid, so that the people will know the truth. Because if we will allow former President Duterte to do that, keeps on doing that, he will keep on doing that, maybe the people will believe in him and they may consider that as a truth and we will prevent
Right.
that.
Kaya sila takot mga kotsero kasi meron ng tao na nasa partido mismo ng administrasyon and being recognized by the administration as a counterweight kay Rodrigo Duterte. Wala nang time si PBBM makipagbardagulan. Wala siyang oras dyan. Wala nang time si ES Bersamin para makipagbardagulan. Wala nang time ang kung sino-sino pang mga leaders para makipagbardagulan. Ang binigyan ng ganung trabaho, makipagbarda laban sa fake news ng mga Duterte ay si Attorney Claire. Kinakabahan nga kasi sila kasi itong si Attorney Claire, kayang-kaya niya makipagbardagulan sa social media at kayang-kaya niyang i-call out yung mga kasinungalingan ni Digong. Number one, pareho silang abogado. Pangalawa, pareho silang may social media presence. Pangatlo, mga kotsero, halos pareho na lang sila ng stature. Halos pareho. Kasi now, nasa government na rin sa Attorney Claire.
Okay, why was former President Duterte's comment on the Marcos administration moving into a dictatorship? Why is that important to address?
Yes, because, former President Marcos keeps on repeating, keeps on telling about this dictatorship when most of us cannot see any signs that our president is gearing towards dictatorship. Remember, the one accusing the president, the former president, is the one who showed that acts of dictatorship. Remember, for the past 6 years when he was into power, he showed his power really being the authoritarian. Remember what happened to ABS-CBN? Even if the House will give or renew the franchise of ABS-CBN, he will order NTC not to allow ABS
See?
to operate.
Tama.
Is that not dictatorship? He is the one who showed being the dictator and not the president. Not
Tama
President
yun.
Marcos.
But now, do you think the former President Duterte is hitting on the dictatorship aspect because the father, the late President Marcos Jr., actually declared martial law?
Maybe he wants to create that fear on the people because we all know people do not want even the idea of martial law. So he is the one gearing to that issue so that he will create that fear and the people, if they will believe in him, they will not even support. They will not support or at least remove their support from the president.
Now, you
Naisip ko rin yun, yung angulo ng martial law. Naglalaro talaga utak ko this nung narinig ko to eh. Pinaglaruan ko talaga yung mga idea eh. What if ganito? What if? Ang gagawin naman ni Digong, kaya siya martial law, eh dahil mag-uumpisa siya ng gulo, which is already happening sa Mindanao dahil dun sa pinasabog na truck ng AFP na walang dahilan. Out of the blue, biglang inatake yung AFP natin ng MILF out of the blue. So, naisip ko, what if kaya binabanggit ni Digong itong military whatever, martial law, what have you. Hindi kaya ang dahilan dyan ay dahil mag-uumpisa siya ng gulo at kailangan na niya ikondisyon yung utak ng taong bayan na kapag nag-martial law, ng gulo eh. Martial law is a remedy to suppress lawlessness, violence, and anything else related to that. Baka yun yung condition niya, kinukondisyon na yung utak natin. Pag nag-martial law si Bongbong Marcos, eto na. Hindi na siya bababa sa pwesto. Forever na siya dyan, etc., etc. Yeah, legal naman ang martial law. Pero again, it's not about the act of declaring martial law. It's the misinformation about martial law and using martial law as a pretext to oust the president. Naisip ko lang naman, parang hindi kaya mag-uumpisa ng gulo. Kasi lalo na mga kotsero, pag nandyan na yung impeachment, nagsabi si Chis Escudero, tatapusin doon nila yung impeachment by October. So pag nag-umpisa yan, ng July, August, September, October, isang quarter lang guys, tapos na impeachment. And mga kotsero, kapag nagkaroon ng martial law, syempre nagkakagulo na. Sino ang magiging leader nitong martial law na to? Do you think it will be Sara Duterte? No. It will not be Sara Duterte. It will be no other than Rodrigo Roa Duterte installing himself again as president for the second time.